Family gets out in their backyard. Strange animal is staring back at them. Imagine going outside your house and seeing that there's a strange animal in your backyard. What would be your next move? One autumn morning, a family in Alsager, England, would end up having an unforgettable experience when a strange animal greeted them from the middle of their backyard. When the father went out to play with his toddler in the backyard, he froze on the spot, not knowing what to do first. It was Saturday when the father got out in the backyard to play with his boy, but a strange animal was standing on the pavement, staring at them as they opened the door. They didn't have a dog, and this creature was all black and furry. What the father didn't know was that he was looking at a rare creature that not many are lucky to see in England. 45-year-old engineer David Scott, and the father of a toddler, was planning to spend his morning with his son, but as he was heading towards the trampoline, he spotted a furry creature in his backyard. What was that thing? At first, he thought it was just a shadow, but it moved. At first, David thought he was imagining the shadow moved, but then he realized that it actually was a black animal moving through the grass. How did he react after it dawned on him that it wasn't just a shadow? He yelled. Anna McCardle, David's partner and the kid's mom, recalled in an interview with The Independent. He'd gone out with a baby and I heard him shouting that there's a wild animal. He was a bit panicked by it. What animal was it? The poor animal probably froze in panic, but so did the father and the kid. Was the creature going to attack them? You won't believe what happened when it started walking towards them. Anna went outside and saw that David was startled by a creature. At first, she thought it looked like a dog. I thought it was a dog at first as it was just sitting under the table. But she was wrong. Taking a better look, Anna saw that this animal looked like a fox but had a different color. It stood up and I saw its bushy tail and thought it might be a fox, Anna recalls. But it was silver and black instead of orange, so was it a fox? It also looked a bit bigger than a fox. What did the family do about their uninvited guest? Thinking the animal would leave, the family just went back inside the house and waited for it to go away. You never know with wild animals what could happen next. It was confusing since neither David nor Anna had gone through such an experience with wild animals in their backyard before. Also, this creature didn't seem wild since it didn't run away when it saw them in the garden. Looking through the window, they realized that they couldn't just leave it there. What do they do next? Instead of hiding or retreating, the creature got closer to the door and stared at the family that was looking back at it from behind the window. Anna took some photos of this animal and turned to social media. Maybe she would get some answers there. It's safe to say her post went viral the same day, but their strange Saturday was only beginning. The animal simply stood there, staring back at them. What would it want? Then they decided to make a post on Facebook, thinking the animal could be in danger. Here's what Anna said about the animal. This is so weird. Anna explained that as soon as the creature stood up and walked towards them, she saw its bushy tail and thought it must be a fox. I didn't even know there was such a thing as black foxes. Thanks to her post online, Amanda Lovett, who is a former RSPCA inspector, contacted the family and offered to help. You won't believe how the animal reacted when help arrived. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, RSPCA, from the UK has been caring for animals since 1824. In 2017 alone, the RSPCA rescued nearly 114,500 animals and investigated even more cruelty complaints. But never have they heard of a case like the one reported by Anna and David. Imagine Amanda's face when she saw those photos in Anna's Facebook post. Actually, this mysterious creature was indeed a fox, but it's so rare that even officials were stunned to hear about it. You see, the silver foxes have melanism, which is the opposite of albinism, and their fur goes black instead of white. This condition is very rare, and this cute fox had to be rescued by the RSPCA. Amanda gave Anna and David a tough task: try and keep the fox in the backyard. All Anna and David had to do was keep the silver fox inside the backyard until Amanda came to get it caged and safe from the neighborhood. It was essential for the mission to be successful because that week was going to be one of the biggest night for fireworks, and we knew we had to get the fox to safety, recalls Amanda in a later interview. Here's how it all went down. Catching a fox is not an easy thing as they're really fast and they can hide very quickly. The rescuer had no idea if the animal was hurt or if it was, after all, a wild beast. Could this be someone's pet? While the fox was standing still and looking back at them, they decided to do this. Lovett had a lot of experience with rescuing animals, so she devised a plan. If she wanted it to get inside a building, she tricked him into running to the utility room. We shoot him into the utility room, where I was able to calm him down and put him in a cat box. What happened next was incredible. Lovett had a grasper and a cat box with her to get this fox to safety. It was very important for the rescue mission to be successful because the fireworks would start later that night. She caught the fox and took him to the Wildlife Center Stapley Grange, who even stayed open later so that they could check on the fox. Lovett explained in a press release that the animal was quiet and seemed tame. They also gave him a name. The staff at the Wildlife Center nicknamed the fox Shadow and stated that this male was a silver fox who are usually bred for their fur. Shadow looked great and calm around humans, so he was probably an exotic pet that was either lost, ran away, or was abandoned by his owners. But who would abandon this beauty? Just wait till you find out. The people at the RSPCA were trying to find out where Shadow came from. He wasn't microchipped, so things would be a little difficult. A wild fox wouldn't be so calm around humans, so they immediately realized something wasn't right. The manager of the Stapley Grange, Lee Stewart, said, "It's likely that Shadow has been kept as a pet and he has either escaped, in which case we need to find his owners, or he has been dumped by his owners." And that's not all. He also added that Shadow was checked over by our team of vets and was found to be in good health, just a little overweight. So apparently, life has been great for this stunning creature until he got lost or abandoned. But here's the weird thing. Stewart said that Shadow is eating fine and seems to be in good condition overall. He also stated in a press release that he is the first silver fox we have ever had here at Stapley Grange in nearly 25 years that we have been open. Why are they so rare? He's an impressive looking animal and it has been interesting to us all to have such a rare admission, concluded the manager. The staffers are now doing everything they can to keep their rare and stunning visitor comfortable. But what next? After the vets supervise Shadow's health for a few more days and the rescuers find out where Shadow came from, they'll have to find him a place to live. Shadow will be sent to live with a professional caretaker that knows how to handle foxes. Here's why this is important. Silver foxes are from the same species as the red foxes in UK. The only thing that sets them apart is their coloration. Silver foxes are bred for their beautiful fur and sometimes are kept as exotic pets. But why is having a fox as a pet not a good idea? According to Wild Atlas, foxes eat rodents, rabbits, berries, and plants and need a lot of space to roam. They do not thrive indoors and they have a particular smell that you really don't want in your house. An adult can weigh from 5 up to 7 kilograms, and Shadow might have weighed a little over 7. If you measure a silver fox from head to tail, it can be as long as a meter. You could say that they're not bigger than a medium-sized dog, but a dog you can handle, a fox not so much. The RSPCA advises people to do thorough research before even thinking of getting a fox as a pet. They explain that before getting a wild animal as a pet, people must research all the needs of that animal to see if they can offer them a comfortable and fitting home, care, and nutrition. Exotic pets also need to be taken to exotic vets if they get ill, and that costs quite a bit of money. Unfortunately for Shadow, who seems to like humans, he will not be released into the wild because he's domesticated, explained Miss McCardle. He wouldn't be able to make it on his own, so he needs to live in a sanctuary or be cared for by a specialist. It's a real shame for a fox like that to be domesticated, concluded Miss McCardle. The RSPCA does not advise foxes to be kept as pets, even though they may be cute. They mention that even fox experts with a lot of experience are struggling to care for adult foxes. Most people that decide to adopt foxes are not fully aware of what it takes to take care for such an animal. So adopting a dog or a cat is the best solution in case you plan on getting one. Every animal deserves love. What's important is that we don't do the opposite and hurt them by mistake. The latest update that we have on Shadow is that as of late 2019, the RSPCA still hasn't been able to find him his owner. He was a favorite at Stapley Grange, but he needed a place to live his life, and the wild wasn't a good choice since he was a domesticated fox. So what happened? Shadow was handed over to a specialist keeper who knows how to handle and care for foxes. This magnificent silver fox is safe from hunters that would want him for his fur, and he's living a full life in a very large enclosure with other fox friends.